Yo guys, what's up? In this video I want to talk about procrastination and how you know that you've been wasting time. You've been wasting years of your life. You're looking around at other people in life who have been putting in the work, and you think to yourself, man, if I just would have took action a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago, how far would I have been by now? But you keep telling yourself this narrative that you'll take action once all the circumstances of your life are in order. Once you have enough money, or once you move out of your parents' house, or once you get a girlfriend, or yada, 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 yada. The list goes on and on. And I just want to tell you guys that that's BS. You and I both know that there is no perfect time to start something. And the sooner that you start something, the sooner that you start the thing that you really want to be doing with your life, even if it doesn't get you immediate money or immediate views, the sooner that you start, the better that you're going to feel about yourself, the better that you do feel about yourself, and the more in alignment you'll feel about you living your life purpose. And I know how it feels because I've done this for many years. I kept waiting and waiting for the right moment to take action, specifically when it comes to things like this, creating my YouTube channel, things like recording an album or even recording a song. I remember there'd be times where I'd write a really nice song and I said, I'll record this when I meet the right person, or I'll record this when I have my home studio set up, or I'll record this when I move into a better space. And I kept deferring things to the future, and what happened as a result is that when I deferred something to the future, I would just forget about that thing. I would never do that thing. And it's a very painful feeling. It really hurts to feel like you let so much of your life slip away. It kind of hurts to know that you had an opportunity to do something with your talent. You had a dream or you had a vision to do something, and you let that dream or vision slip away because you're waiting for external circumstances to align. The truth is that external circumstances are never going to align as long as your internal state is not in alignment. The world that you live in, this three-dimensional world, it's just a mirror. It's a mirror of your own internal state, and it's a mirror of your identity, how you see yourself. Your world, your circumstances, the people around you, how much money you have, how much money or income you make, all of that is a mirror of your internal state. And it's really interesting when someone undergoes a spiritual transformation, they start going deeper within themselves through meditation. They start to change their relationship with their thoughts. When people begin to realize that 99% of their thoughts are garbage. 99% of their thoughts are rubbish. So they're more focused on the light of their awareness, the light of their consciousness, and in that awakening, they realize that life is within them. They realize that the source of life is beaming from within them. And they were spending their whole life on the surface of this earth looking for light, looking for love, looking for wealth. So I want to tell you guys that the solution to your issue or your problem of procrastination is to just start. It's literally just to start. Your first go at something is going to be rough. It's the first thing that you make, most likely, is not going to be good. It's not going to be how you envisioned it. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Joe Rogan Experience, the Joe Rogan podcast. It's a really successful podcast, probably one of the most successful and popular podcasts. Joe Rogan, now he's interviewed the president. He's interviewed the wealthiest man in the world. He's had all these amazing guests. His podcast is sort of considered like the gold standard of podcasts nowadays. I want you to go and search episode 1 of the Joe Rogan Experience. It's literally Joe and his friend. It might be Jamie, I don't know. It's Joe and his friend on a webcam messing around with effects on the webcam. And they're just laughing. They're probably stoned and they're just laughing. And that's episode 1 of the Joe Rogan Experience. What has come to be known as the gold standard of podcasts. Now imagine if Joe said, I'm not going to start my podcast until I have a full studio with really nice mics and I'm able to secure getting the President of the United States as one of my guests. He would have never started. And we would have never had the Joe Rogan Experience, the Joe Rogan podcast, which has gone on to influence and impact millions of people's lives around the world. Joe Rogan has gone on to influence culture in a deep and meaningful way. Go back and watch episode 1 of Joe Rogan's podcast. I took a break from posting on YouTube for a while. Might have been close to a year where I didn't make any talking head videos such as the one I'm making right now. The production value of my YouTube videos actually used to be way better than this. Right now I'm just using my iPhone to record. I came outside. I used to have my desk set up. I had a microphone. I'd record my audio in Ableton in a digital audio workstation. Sometimes I'd edit the audio. I used to do all this stuff. And then life sort of happened. I had some career changes, moved around a lot, was traveling around a lot for work. I stopped making videos. And I kept telling myself, I'll get back into making YouTube videos once I can get my setup back. And then more life circumstances happened. My mom got sick. She got cancer. Making YouTube videos was the last thing on my mind for months. Then my mom passed away about a month ago. And that event really showed me how fast life, we blink and it's over. You know, a few months ago, my mom was healthy. Or she appeared healthy. She was hosting gatherings at her house during the holidays. She was cooking. She was laughing. And boom, a couple months later, she's gone. Life is so fleeting. It's ridiculous to defer what you really want to do with your life to tomorrow or to the future. If there's one thing that you take away from spirituality, it's that the future doesn't exist. All we have is the present moment. If you're not going to do the thing that you really want to do now, you're never going to do it. So that's why a few days ago, I said, screw it. I picked up my iPhone. I went outside. I recorded a video. And this immense relief came over me, where I felt like I finally did the thing that I wanted to do today. I wanted to make a YouTube video, and I made it. And yeah, it's a YouTube video that's made with my iPhone, and I don't have this fancy setup, and I don't have a fancy studio or podcast mic or anything like that. But you know what? I made the video. And then something interesting happened. I felt so good about making that video. A couple days later, I said, you know what? I'm just going to make another video. So I made another video. That was yesterday. And then today I woke up and I said, you know what? I want to make another video. When you start the thing that you really want to do with your life, you build momentum. Momentum is such a potent manifesting force. It's like a moss that rolls down, what is it? The boulder that rolls down a hill. Just picks up speed, it accelerates. Start the thing that you really want to do now, today. Even if you're not going to be able to execute it perfectly. Even if it's not going to appear as you have envisioned it in your mind. You have to understand this concept of multiple iterations, multiple versions, multiple expressions of yourself. Just because you create something once, just because you make something once, that doesn't mean you can never create again. It doesn't mean you can never make something again. So many people I know, they want to make art, or they want to start a business, or they want to start a YouTube channel. And they think that the first time that they do something, it has to be perfect. And I can have conversations with people and listen to how they speak, and I'll know if that person's going to be successful or not, just by the language that they're using. I recall a mutual friend. He had this talent for music and producing music. He had this desire to be a music producer. And he procrastinated for years on making music and releasing music. But then he started producing music. And then he started to tell himself this narrative in his head. And he put all this pressure on himself, and he said, if this first album that I produce doesn't make it big, then I'm gonna quit music. His first album. That's the expectation he put on himself. He expected his first album to hit and make it big. And he told me that. And immediately I knew, this guy's not gonna make it in music. This guy's not gonna make it. I don't even know if he's released his album. He probably hasn't. That was like years ago. That was like a couple years ago. And we all know people like this. We all know people who say, one day I'm gonna make this thing. I'm gonna start selling my art, but I need to get all this other stuff in order first. The second I hear that, I know that person's not gonna make it. I know someone's gonna be successful when they say, I'm gonna use everything that I have right now to make the best thing that I can make right now. And I'll go from there. See, if someone comes to me and says that, I know they're gonna be successful. What you make today is not set in stone. This video that I make here, I'll upload it. It'll go up on the internet. It might get 20 views. It might get 200,000 views. It might help one person. It might help 10 people. It might help no one. But this is not the end-all be-all right here. This video is not the end-all be-all. And I know that. This is just me expressing myself honestly and authentically today. This is where I am at today. So make the thing that you want to make today. Don't wait. Life is too short. I'll finish it up with this. A few hours ago, actually, my dad came in. He was I'm staying at his house right now during this time, because we're kind of still in the grieving from the passing of my mom, and we're kind of cleaning stuff out. And he found one of those CDs that you used to get from Sam's Club when you had digital photos. They used to burn those photos onto a CD. So I put the CD in, to our DVD player. And it was all these photos from 2007. I was a kid. I was like 11, something like that. And most the photos were from a trip that I took to Malaysia. My mother, she was from Malaysia, so we always go to Malaysia every couple years. We go visit my grandma. We go visit my aunt, my cousins. So I was looking through the photos. And then I started to realize that most of the people in those photos, they're no longer with us today. Two of my aunts, they passed away. My grandmother, she passed away. My mother, she's passed away now. Even my cousin, who is 3 years younger than me, he passed away. Stop deferring your dreams to tomorrow. You have an opportunity to live. You have an opportunity to speak. You have an opportunity to express yourself. You have an opportunity to pick up an iPhone and record a video and upload it to the world and change someone's life through your words, through your message. Don't take that for granted, man. Don't take that for granted. Please don't do that. Speak up. Express yourself. Get your message out there. It's now or never.